Hello, Skillfest 2017. I am Norman Bodek, and I'm very happy to make a short presentation for you at this wonderful conference that you're all attending. It's called Skillfest. I assume the focus is on how do you improve your skills and capabilities to enrich your life, to make your life better, to make you more successful, and to make our society so much more successful. I love the idea of focusing on skills. In America, how can a student graduate high school today without a skill, without the ability to make a living? How could you go through, become 18 years old? That's like, 12 years, 13 years of school, and not have the skill to make a living, not have the skill to survive, not being a chef or a carpenter or a plumber or something that you can go out into life and you can make a living. We have to change that. And I love the idea of focusing on skills. I just came back from a trip to Japan. I was there about 5 to 6 weeks. And a good portion of the time there, I focused on looking at skills in Japan. They have absolutely a wonderful thing, and they call it living treasures, living masters. And they go out and identify those with very high skills, in certain specific crafts, making lacquerware, making linens, making ceramic cups, etc., making swords even. And so I'm enamored with this idea. And so when I was in Japan with my wife and with friends, we drove to Arita. Arita is in the island of Kyushu, a little south of Fukuoka. And we went out to search great ceramic potters. We went to a restaurant. It's a Arita Gallery. In this restaurant, which is really lovely, they have 1,000 coffee cups, 1,000 teacups. So when you have your meal, we had lunch there, you pick out the coffee cup that appeals to you, and you have your coffee or tea in it. And they have a wonderful shop, and of course I love to buy these things, and I bought a wonderful tea set while I was there. Afterwards, we went out to meet the potters. So we visited 3 great companies and watched the people in the factory make the ceramics. They have wonderful skills. Normally there's a master. The master creates a design, something that might come from his ancestors. We visited one potter where his father was one of these living masters. And the son follows the tradition. And I looked at one plate that he was selling, just recently made, and they were selling that plate for $2,400. One new plate. And people will pay it because it comes from this master. What I'm trying to communicate is if you could find a skill and devote your life to being the best that you can in that skill, you will have a wonderful life. You will find, first of all, you're doing something that you love. You will be improving every day. We have this concept called continuous improvement. We get all excited and maybe we do something once a month. Instead of continuously improving every single day, you want to improve your skills. In Japan, they had historically a great master called Musashi Miyamoto. Musashi was a warrior. And as a warrior, he won 60 battles because if he lost a battle, he would die. He wouldn't be around. He wrote a book called The Book of Five Rings, which is sort of a management guide in Japan. Even though it was written maybe 1,000 years ago, current managers will relish that particular guide on how to be a better manager. They asked him one day, Musashi, what did you do that you never lost a battle? And Musashi said, I only did 2 things. One, I polish my sword every single day. That means I am completely prepared, that I have the best possible instrument to use when I need it. And the second thing I did, I improved my style. Every single day, I got better at what I'm doing. And so if you somehow could measure what you have to do every day. I just had a wonderful session with a improvement manager at a hospital in the South. And he is studying the Harada method. I found Harada maybe 6-7 years ago, and I just was enamored with him also. And I went to Japan to study his technique, and I wrote a book about him. And this method is just simply that you pick a goal. You pick a goal of what you want to be in this life. And then you work out 64 tasks to attain that goal. And then you proceed every single day to do one or two of those tasks so that you have your plan, exactly what you want to do to have this very high skill, and you do it every single day. This gentleman that I was talking with this morning, we're going to be meeting every week over Skype. He wants to be the best Toyota production system coach in the hospital arena. That's his goal. It's a big goal because there's a lot of good people out there. But he clearly knows what he wants. He has to do is first to define what does it mean to be the best coach of Toyota production system or just in time, or what we mean is lean in America. It's really clear to define it. What does it mean to you to be the best? And then to lay out your path to be successful. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, if you do this, if you pick a solid goal and lay out the tasks. Oh, just one quick story. Harada has a student of his method in Japan. His name is Shohei Otani. When he was a sophomore in high school, he followed the Harada method, and he wrote out these 64 tasks to attain his goal. His goal was to be the #1 pitcher in Japan, and he wanted to be picked first to enter the major leagues in Japan. He knew in order to do that, he had to pitch at 99 miles an hour, because that was the record in Japan. And he laid out these tasks, and he followed them precisely every single day. When he graduated, he was the first one picked in Japan into the major leagues. Now it's 3 years later, and this year he was picked as the most outstanding baseball player in Japan. And it's reportedly that the New York Yankees are willing to pay him $300 million to come and play for the Yankees. Of course, I like that very well. I like it very well because he used the Harada method, and I love the Harada method. I wish you all very well. I wish you learn at this Skillfest how to improve some fundamental skill for you that will serve you very well and will serve the rest of our society. I wish you all the best. Thank you. Goodbye.